Hi, I'm Mary Pat from Talk Nua, where you'll find simple but very powerful tips for building all of your child's languages while still having fun. In this video, I'm going to talk about two very dangerous beliefs that are out there about multilingual children. And the first one is that speaking two languages or more causes confusion in children, or that it causes a problem like a speech problem or a language problem. And this really is a big fat lie. There's no scientific evidence to back this belief up, but it's circulating out there really because even though more people in the world speak two languages or more, for historical or political reasons, it seems monolingualism, well not it seems, it is, that monolingualism is kind of the dominating belief in society, but more people in the world speak two languages or more. So you can be reassured that speaking two languages, three languages, four languages does not cause confusion, and it doesn't cause delays or disorders in your child's speech or language development. In relation to, we'll say, confusion in separating languages, babies start hearing at about 7.5 months in the womb. And their bilingual or multilingual journey begins then really because they are exposed to the intonation patterns of the languages, and very early after, or very soon after birth, they do actually separate the languages. So they don't get confused, and it definitely does not cause any problems. The next belief then that I want to talk about that is also very dangerous is that if your child does have a speech and language problem, that dropping a language will actually make things better. Again, total BS. There is no evidence to support this at all, because, and for several reasons, that advice really is problematic. So, for example, from an awful lot of people, bilingualism or multilingualism isn't a choice. It's not that you've set out and decided you're going to do this, but it's actually a need because of your particular circumstances. So you have home languages at home, and they're really important, obviously, for your relationship with your child and your child's relationship with extended family members, with the local community, for their identity, and ultimately for their social and emotional well-being. So you can't just drop one just like that. And there's a very good kind of analogy for this, is like if you were told that you had to stop using your left hand, let's say your right hand is your dominant hand, and you were told that you had to stop using your left hand forevermore. And because it was actually, not only was it like not necessary, but it would actually do you harm. And then think of all the things that you actually do use your left hand for, like carrying something. How would you put on your clothes if you were not using your left hand? So if you're advised by a healthcare professional like a speech and language therapist or a pediatrician or a teacher, for example, to consider dropping a language, don't believe them and don't do it, okay? Because it won't, if there is an issue with language or speech, that is kind of above the level of languages. It's got nothing to do with individual languages, strictly speaking. It's an underlying kind of an issue. So don't believe them. I have 2 blog posts on my website, talknua.com, that will give you kind of tips for if somebody does tell you to drop a language, how to push back against that. And because it's good to be prepared, I think, because unfortunately at the moment you may well come across this belief and this advice. Don't believe them, okay? So I hope you like this video, and if you do, please pass it on to your friends. And if you haven't already, please go over to talknua.com and sign up for email updates from me. I post every 2 weeks, and you'll find the 2 tips about, or the 2 posts rather, about how to kind of push back against wrong advice at the bilingualism tab. You find that at the top of the page. Okay, thanks for listening. Let's get talking.